and welcome to our new Where Are They Now?
Woo!
Where are they? Where Are They Now is kind of like a new thing we're testing, as I mentioned in episode 7. So we're gonna choose an iconic show on each video, and we're gonna dive deep into the history and impact of that show in the world and Turkey. And the show that we are going to talk about today is Aşk-ı Memnu. We talked about it on episode 7 and we gave you a little bit of a taste. And this is the full video, obviously. So, Aşk-ı Memnu, where do I begin? It's
Where to
legendary. Kenny.
Aşk-ı Memnu. Very touching story.
Yeah.
Adnan Bey, 50 years old, widower. That means his wife's dead. 2 kids. Guy's dad of the year.
Oh, wow.
Right? He is dad of the year. So dedicated towards his children. Then he meets a woman.
Ooh.
Bita. And she's 22 years old. More than half his age. But they're in love, so who cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
Well, it turns out a family does. She's rich, she's high society, all the rest of it. Everything, maybe is going okay. They can just start making through. But then Adnan's godson shows up. And he has a wandering eye and has a little bit of an eye for Bita.
Bita. Yeah.
It starts off as a beautiful love story and then it ends tragically.
Yes, everybody probably by this time knows how it ends. I watched the show back home. I used to watch it with my mom and my sister. Mm-hmm. We were a little bit obsessed. It shaped the woman I am today.
So are you Adnan or are you Bita?
I'm Bita.
Or are you the godson?
I'm not the 50-year-old man. But yes, Aşk-ı Memnu.
So guys, though.
The legendary Turkish show was shown on Kanal D in 2008, and it finished in 2010. After it ended, it was sold to 20 countries and dubbed into 12 languages. It broke records all around the world, including Pakistan, where it was watched by 90 million people, and it was aired thrice. Not once, not twice, but thrice. I feel like you have to say that whenever you say thrice, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Yeah. The show holds 39 awards to its name, and to this day remains one of the most watched finales in Turkish history, basically.
90 million people.
Yeah, Pakistan loves it. And it remains to this day the second most watched series in Turkish television history. Yeah.
What's number 1?
That's for another episode. Aşk-ı Memnu, I'm going to be saying this a lot. Aşk-ı Memnu also trended on Twitter. And get this, it was the first Turkish word to ever trend worldwide on Twitter. Yeah, it was the first of it. I know, it's pretty amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
I know. The show also was sold to United States in 2012 and to Italy in 2010 for adaptations. Mm-hmm. And it still shows today in the United States on Univision dubbed in Spanish. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So it's still going?
Yeah, still going.
Now, Aşk-ı Memnu, it was more than just a television phenomenon.
Yeah.
Watched by God only knows how many people.
I know.
It influenced fashion, influenced tourism, even influenced parents. Yeah. So kids started being named after characters in the show.
Yeah.
People started buying clothes so that they could look like the characters.
Yes.
The Vehbi Koç mansion thing where the show is set became a massive tourist destination.
Yeah.
It is, a lot of tourism in Turkey, for obvious reasons, comes from the local region, Arab countries and Iran, where 78% of respondents say that they watch Turkish television.
So they're coming, they're coming because of it.
Yeah.
A little really quick story. When I was watching the show, Bihter, her name was Summer where I watched, the dubbing.
Yeah.
So she had this really curly, thick black hair. I had thick black hair. And for the longest time, I was trying to get my hair to look like her hair. Mm. And then there was one clip by the end of the show where they showed us how she gets her hair done. She was getting her hair done. I was like, this is it. And I went and I got it done like her. And I wore that hair for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, just to look like her.
Was it a good
obsessed. Year? I have a picture.
How did the year go?
I have a picture, maybe.
Get that picture, put the still up on there now.
But I will show it. I will show it. It's
Yeah,
a picture
we
where
gotta
I'm
see
just
it.
trying to get her hair.
How old were we then? Like 16?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when they showed it. I think they showed it like 2012 or something. Where
Okay, so you were probably about 30 then.
Yeah. I was very obsessed. I really wanted to look like her. And yes, his name was Muhammad where I watched, and everybody called their sons Muhammad. I think they thought they're gonna grow up looking like him, but doesn't work like that, honey.
Doesn't work like that.
So as you mentioned, the location did become a pretty historical thing, and people would come and see it. And so the house actually belongs to Vehbi Koç, who is a philanthropist and one of the richest businessmen in Turkey. And he bought the house in 1938 as a summer house for him and his family. And after his death, it was turned to a museum where a collection of kilims are being exhibited, that's the word. They were collected by Elizabeth Powell, who was the first female foreigner traveler allowed to travel through Turkey, and she was allowed everywhere and anywhere. So she collected them, and now it's there if you want to go see it. I would love to go look at some.
I'd like to in Sarria. Yeah.
I just want to go there and
that's like a dream for you, isn't it?
Like I will curl my hair. It's no longer tall. It's not long, but I can be like, walking all beautifully. Nice, having an affair with the godson of my husband.
Don't give away the plot.
Oh, no, please. Came out like a gazillion years ago. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, on to the stars of the show.
Yes.
The firepower. Beren Saat.
We mention
her all the time.
Literally all the time.
Now
obviously, she's still around.
Yeah, she's still around, obviously, because we mention her all the time. One of our favorites. Well, this is the show that made her an absolute megastar.
Yeah.
And to no one's surprise, she continued stardom long after the film. You're right. Long after the program finished, for the next 12 years, she's still gunning strong.
She's going strong.
She was in things like What Is Fatma Gul's Fault? She was in My World, where she played a deaf and blind person.
I watched that. She was really good in it.
Yeah, she's so good. She was in Muhteşem Yüzyıl Kushem.
Yes, and Atiye.
And Atiye, The Gift.
Yeah, we talked about
The Gift,
that.
which we've been talking about recently.
Yeah.
So she's been gunning. In her personal life, similar success.
Winning.
2012, she met Kivanc Tatlitug, the singer. They got married in 2014. And unlike all the people that we gossip about, still going strong. Now, she has disavowed TV shows and wants to only concentrate on digital.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah, she said that TV shows restrict her too much, and they have too much requirements. So she decided she's sticking to digital while she has more freedom.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Now, let me hit you with one last factoid, which blew my mind when I read this. I had to double check it, triple check it.
What?
She has won 39 awards.
Oh my God.
That is an insane amount of awards.
39, that's amazing.
Yeah, well done, Beren.
Good for you.
Leo.
Yes, the next one is obviously Kivanc Tatlitug. He is still relevant. We talk about him almost every episode. This was kind of his beginning with Aşk-ı Memnu, and then from there he did so many shows. Like he was guest starring in Hazal, which I loved. That will be definitely another episode of this for Hazal. He was in Kurseyit ve Shura. He was in The Beautiful and the Brave. He did the guest appearance in Into the Night. It was, and he has the new Netflix show, Yakamo's 245, that we talked about also. So he's doing very, very well, and he has 43 awards.
Whoa, so he's even more than Beren Saat. Beren Saat, get on it. What's 39?
Come on. Yeah, he's really, really good. I actually think he's one of the few actors who looks good and acts actually good. Because most of them are just looks.
Right, either one or the other. But he's got the package.
Yeah, he's got the package for sure. And he's also a very nice person, and he always...
You don't know that?
I read about him. He gives charity to animals all the time. He's a good man.
Okay.
For his personal life, now unfortunately I missed my train on this, but Kivanc did have a love for brunettes. I'm sure if we had met at the time, he would have been like, oh, it's you. It's only you. So he loves brunettes, and he had dated like Miss Turkey and like some other rich girl, and she was also brunette. Just not me.
You could have been his Bihar.
I could have been. No, Bihar kills herself at the end. I don't want to be.
You should be her Bihar.
You must be Bihar. Yeah. He eventually met his wife, Başakşehir, and they met in 2016. They got married, and now they're expecting their first child together. So yeah, actually everybody's doing very well from the show. I'm glad.
They are.
Not like Glee.
Oh God, yeah, definitely not like Glee. Jesus,
Yeah.
no, that's just a horror show, isn't it? Oh
Everybody
my
went
God.
downhill.
Well, unlike Glee,
Unlike Glee.
the third star, Hazal Kaya, she also crushes.
Listen, if we talk about you on the show, you're still relevant, and we talk about all of them, so they're
Yeah.
on the clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show is irrelevant people talking about relevant people.
That's my life.
Yeah. She is the star of a show that is Nadia's life, which is...
I named her Fariha. I love that show so much. I'm so gonna talk about it. I love that show. I love that show. Do you think they get it? Do they get that? I love that show.
Okay, so she's in that, all right?
Okay.
She's in that. She's also in Musafir,
Yes.
Guest. She's at Midnight, the Para Palace
Yes.
Hotel, which you've probably seen huge billboards.
Everywhere. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen it in the metro. I've seen it in the billboards.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. That's an adaptation from the novel. Another adaptation, she was in the Turkish version of Shameless,
Yeah.
which is called, in Turkish,
Bizim hikaye?
which is Our Story.
Yeah.
She's big on that. And yeah, basically she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's absolutely
She
everywhere.
did amazing. She really, really did well.
She really did well. And in her personal life, again, like the others, she met Ali Atay,
Yeah.
the musician and actor. They got married.
Yeah.
They had kids.
Since like 2012 or something, they've been together. 2014 or something.
Yeah, 2020.
It's amazing. It's really rare.
Really
really
rare.
rare.
I mean, as we know from each episode.
Yeah.
And in
Oh.
2019, they had baby boy Fikret.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's about 3 years old now. So Hazal, just like the other two,
Yeah, but it wasn't easy for her, you know.
it wasn't easy for
Yeah.
her because she got bullied
Yeah.
by the media, by
I
the
remember this.
newspapers,
I
by
remember
people
this.
online, you name it.
Yeah, after filming the show, you could obviously see her weight changing.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, oh, what's wrong with her? Why is she gaining so much weight? She's not looking good, blah, blah, blah. She had a main role. And then eventually it came out that she was diagnosed with diabetes. And that was why she was suffering from this.
Yeah.
And all this hate coming, people don't know what she's going through. So she ended up going to Paris, where she met with dietitians, followed a whole different lifestyle.
Went to a culinary school.
Went to a culinary school while doing her treatment and like learning how to eat and what not to eat. And then she came back a fully different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember this in the future. If you're watching this now, you are probably the kind of person
Yeah.
who goes on Twitter and bashes people, okay? Now, it's fine. I can take the slings and the arrows. Nadia, she deserves anything that gets thrown at her. You live Hazal Kaya alone. These celebrities,
know,
they
I
are
know.
not your property. You don't get to just slam them online.
I know.
You don't
I
know what's happening. You don't know what's going on.
I don't like bullying in any way
Yeah.
or form. I bully Kenny, but that's different.
That's
Kenny
different.
deserves it.
I deserve it. That's fine. And that's because of my personality being terrible.
Yeah, he's a horrible person.
Making fun of someone for their weight? Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You 3 years old? What's
I know.
happening here? And you don't know. One, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. Second one, turns out she had diabetes. Watch
down,
his step.
calm down.
Watch it.
Calm down. No, Kenny,
Emma.
Kenny, please, Kenny. It's a happy show. Happy
Peace, place.
happy
Be place.
Yes.
I'm in my happy place.
Guys,
Hazal
we
Kaya.
almost got Kenny up yet.
Hazal Kaya,
Yes.
just like all the
Yes,
others.
excellent work.
Crushing it.
I really think this show shaped generations, me included. I knew Turkey because of this show, and it will forever be legendary. To this day, I see memes. There are quotes that are forever repeated, and scenes that I still watch on YouTube before going to sleep, but that's a different story.
Your love for the show is not a forbidden love.
Oh no.
It is very
it's
much
fully
bidden.
on.
Yeah. Next up, we have a gold star of Turkish entertainment, Nebahat Cehre,
Yes.
who played the mother,
Icon.
Ferdivs, and she is an icon, and she goes back decades. Back in 1960, she was Miss Turkey at the age of just 15.
That's insane.
I'm not sure if that would fly anymore, but that catapulted her to fame, and she ended up having a
It's the
long
60s.
career.
Yes.
It's the 60s, different time. She was married twice.
Yes.
Once what seeming to be quite a loving relationship to Yilmaz Güney, before then embarking on a tempestuous relationship with the
Least to say.
to
I
say
read
the
about
least.
it.
Yes, the Galatasaray basketball player Yavuz Demir.
Yeah.
And it was a very passionate relationship. She said herself that it was passionate and turbulent, and that basically to stay healthy, they had to break up.
Yeah.
With great passion comes, well, with great friction brings great heat. You know what I mean? And heat can be passion, heat can be turbulence too, and it can be deeply unpleasant. She said Jewels was, on one hand, a great husband and a very difficult husband. And that relationship, obviously, as you can imagine, did not last. But she had a stellar career, a pretty unbelievable one. By the time she'd done Aşk-ı Memnu, she'd done it all. She's done 104 films over her career.
Who does that?
Who does that?
Who does that?
Insane.
I've never seen, honestly, I've researched so many celebrities and I've never seen anybody who does 104.
So Aşk-ı Memnu, Forbidden Love, was just the capstone on her incredible career. She still went on to do Kara Para Aşk, Black Money Love, great name. Muhteşem Yüzyıl, The Magnificent Century, an unbelievable, maybe the biggest Turkish show.
Yeah. Maybe it's going to be on our next tour.
And yeah, what a career.
Yes.
What a career.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, and like we say, in her 80s, looking fire. Get back into that Miss Turkey competition.
Get it. Yeah, she looks amazing.
6 years later, that would be unbelievable.
Better than I dress, honestly. Like,
I suspect she has more money than you.
That is true. You suspect, correct, mister. Yeah, but she does look amazing, and she's not the only big actor, of course, in the show. We have Selcuk Yontem, who was also a great actor back in the days, and also in these days. I'm not saying anything, Selcuk.
Doesn't age.
But he played Adnan, the husband, and Selcuk, in his beginnings, he graduated with a theater degree, as all the great ones do.
I'm doing a theater degree.
Yeah, but you didn't graduate yet, so nobody knows. And he participated in so many movies and TV shows and theaters, and he even directed some plays back from the 80s. He never stopped. And he did 50 movies and TV shows. Yeah, and he has been in, as we said, Aşk-ı Memnu. He's also been in the legendary Valley of the Wolves, or Kurtçular Vadisi. He has also going to be alongside Kivanc Tatlitug again, a reunion in the show that I take pride in being one of the first to announce it. The Yakamo's S24, the Netflix show.
Boom.
Yes. It's really exciting.
Excellent.
And regarding his personal life, he has been married. This is amazing and never happens, but he's been married to his wife for 40 years.
Whoa.
40 years, Jihan.
No entry into our gossip section.
I know, no. They met when she was a ballet dancer.
Ooh.
I know, they fell in love and they've been together ever since, and they have a daughter together.
Lovely.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
True love.
50 odd films, pretty good. Nowhere near Nebahat Cehre.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition, no. But moving on to the next one, we have Batuhan Kaya, who played Bülent, Adnan's youngest child. And, he's had an interesting career as well. So obviously made a big name on Aşk-ı Memnu. And then took a little break for a little while.
Yeah.
No one really saw much of him around.
I definitely didn't.
And then he came back on Survivor All Stars, and he was hench. He'd put on some serious muscle, and everyone was like, what? Where is all that muscle come from?
He looked so much older, because in my mind, I had the image of him back in Aşk-ı Memnu, and then I saw him on Survivor, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite often when celebrities disappear, then they come back again, they come back ripped and swole.
Yeah.
And he came back ripped and swole. I'd love to give you some goss, Nadia, but even at 25, he got no dating history as far as we're aware. If he does, he keeps on the DL.
And also he's been out of the spotlight. So nobody cared for a while. Maybe now
that he's ripped. Yeah.
People are going to care. But
I think he's. Some people have described me as hench.
Our next character,
Okay.
Zerrin Tekindor, who played the nanny. Now she's also a theater major, and she did about 18 plays after she graduated, and she really wanted to get into the theater thing. But then she decided, you know what, I want to put a little bit of effort in acting, and alongside Aşk-ı
like I've done 18 plays. I think now I'll start putting some effort in.
So she did a couple of shows. She did Kara Para Aşk, Black Money Love also. She did Aşk-ı Memnu. Kurt Sait ve Shura, do you remember that one? We talked about it. Also with Kivanc Tatlitug. She met him so many times. And get this, I was really surprised when I see she's also a painter.
Ooh.
Yeah, since 92, she did like 19 exhibitions on
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I've seen some of her art, and it's really, really pretty.
Is it the maddening thing about these talented people? They're good at everything.
Everything. Once you're good at something, they just like...
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm happy for them.
Perfect.
Good for you.
Okay. Next up, Nur Fettahoglu. Now, she played Piquet.
Yes.
And she had an interesting career as well, actually. A lot of the people we've mentioned, they kind of, they start in the theatre or they, whatever. She had a bit of a different way in. She was born in Germany for starters, so she wasn't even in the country. But she moved to Turkey as a child. Her parents were Turkish and from Albanian descent, which is interesting.
Yeah.
She started off life working in a bank. And from there, ended up being a stock market announcer on Sky Turk.
Oh, wow. Like little by little by little.
And in 2007, she embarked on an acting career, which led her to Aşk-ı Memnu. And that rhymed as well. What perfect synergy. She's gone on to be in lots of other things, including The Magnificent Century, apparently really everybody else.
It's connected everybody, yeah.
Everybody. She was married with a child, Elisa. Sadly now divorced, but she's still kicking it.
Yes.
As a single mum, doing her thing.
Yes.
Saw some very cute pictures on the gram.
Aww,
of
cute
paint
face.
on her face because they've been painting with a kid or whatever. Still very cute.
But she's still in many shows now. Like she's getting back.
Yeah.
For a while, she kind of disappeared, but now she's trying to get back in there.
Disappeared. Probably she was having a family.
Yeah, but in show business, that's disappearing
That's
and
true.
being lazy.
It's as good as death in the
Yes.
Is the end of our deep dive
Yes.
into the where are they now of the iconic TV show Aşk-ı Memnu.
Yes, we will come back again with a show maybe bigger, maybe more exciting, maybe even more famous, if that's even possible. But we'll do our best. We will see you next time in another episode of Where Are They Now?